Hello everybody, welcome to Kerbal Space Program .24. So here we are, this is our ship right here, the Duna command module. And as you can see with this parabolic curve, I think that's what that's called, we are on our way out of the Kerbal system. We got bigger and better things to fry, bigger, better fish to fry. We're heading towards Duna over here. And that's just what we're going to do. So if you take a look, there's our little yellow line ejecting Kerbal, and we are just following this curve right over here into a nice encounter with Duna. So let's go ahead and fly that mission. If you missed last time's episode, we managed to rendezvous our two craft together. Hello, here we are. We got our two craft docked up, and this is what they look like. It's kind of dark. Let's see if we put any lights on. No, I didn't put any lights on it. I just forget to put lights on my ships. But this is what it looks like. Let's just warp it around so that the sun comes out. We can actually take a look. And there we go. We've reoriented ourselves. Here's the sun. So this is what she looks like. It's kind of a clunky looking thing, but you know, I wanted to put this this piece of machinery on here, the orbital lab or whatever the hell it's called. We used up a good bit of fuel in this tank to get ourselves burned out to Duna, but we have all these tanks left, and I think we'll be just fine because we don't really have to make too many more corrections, and honestly we're going to make an aerobrake maneuver around Duna anyways. Ooh, that was nice. So, you know, we're pretty much good to go. In this episode we'll be just following it all the way out to Duna, doing some minor corrections to get that periapsis down, right down to, well, as low as we can get it. Preferably inside of the atmosphere if we could, and then we're gonna see if we can get a stable orbit around Duna. And I'm excited to see what Duna looks like with this astronomer's pack on it. I think it's gonna look really neat. But anyways, let's get going. Ooh, there we go. We'll say goodbye to Kerbal. We're just zooming away. Oh, there we are, past the orbit of Minimus. So this is going to show you the exact point, the last point in which Kerbal's gravity can hold us is only right there. Let's get out to it. I want to stop it just before we get there. So this is pretty much it. This is practically it. So take one last look. This is the furthest point, basically, that Kerbal can hold us before we break its bonds. We break the bonds of gravity and fling ourselves into interplanetary space, and there she goes. So let's just take another little look. Take a look. See, there's Kerbal. So we are now past its point. We are now interplanetary, which is very exciting because you know what that means. We can now take a whole new set of crew reports and get all that science. So let's go ahead and do that. Crew report: in space, high over the sun. We get 55 signs from that. Let's send that data back. Thank God I remembered to put that thing on there. I always forget that too. And luckily we got all these solar panels to charge that right back up again. And we got so much information here. Let's start doing goo reports, right? Let's do one. Oh, and check this out. We can process the information, and I think that'll get us the rest of the science. How interesting is that? Plus 15%. Oh, transmit value. I don't really like that, to be honest with you. It's not that big of a boost. If that was more like a 75% increase, I would probably do it. I mean, look at that tiny little bit that we would get. It's not worth it. I'm just gonna keep it. Now, the thing I am wondering is, can I... We gotta put another crew member in there. Let's see. Let's see, how many guys are in there? I know there's at least one crew inside here. Yeah, Bob's sitting in there. Let's get somebody out of the lander craft. Sorry, this is like the first time I've done this. Here we go. Jeb, he doesn't need to be in there, so let's get Jeb out of there. And we will just send Jeb. Well, you know, while he's out here, might as well do an EVA. We feel kind of small. You hope you know where we're going. Me too, Jeb. But I think we do. I think we'll be just fine. Jeb inspects the spacecraft as it floats into the inky black void of interplanetary space, where soon we won't even be able to see Kerbin anymore. We won't be able to see anything except for the sun, which is kind of freaky if you ask me, but alright, here we go. Let's just get him up a little bit. And board. Okay. So we got two things in here. The lab. Let's review whatever data's in there. The EVA is inside of that thing now. That's okay. Review the data. I'm wondering how you get the data from in the goo over to this lab. I'm fairly certain you can do that, although I'm not... Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100%. So we'll just keep that. Maybe you have to go outside and right-click it or something. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. We'll figure that out in good time. We'll figure that out. Don't worry. So we got a crew report, a goo report, and an EVA report from around the sun. Let's keep going. So we'll just fly out. We're just slowly getting away from Kerbin. Those asteroids are barely missing the planet. I wonder what happens if one actually hits Kerbin. Will it actually, like, do anything? Will it look cool? I hope so. Asteroids just keep popping up, and that's what they do, right? Pesky asteroids. It's gonna let us go a little further. Okay, let's start doing some kind of maneuver here to help bring this periapsis closer. Now, if I look really closely, we are... It looks like we're hitting Duna low. So let's try some maneuvers here. Let's push it. So we'll just push up. Oop, not that much. And it brings the periapsis to 5, so we've cut about half of it out. That's perfect. So let's go ahead and do that maneuver. Again, this ship's fairly cumbersome. You can see it really doesn't want to move. You know, it's quite clunky, and this shaking in here isn't very conducive to helping, but what can you do, right? This is how it goes. So we'll just do that burn. Barely take any time whatsoever. Let's just check it. Oop. Oh, is it going down or is it going up? It's going up. Okay, so we'll keep it right there. Alright, so that's one correction. We chopped it in half, roughly. Let's see what else we can do. If we push it, let's see, we're at 627. If we push it in, it goes to 5. And to 4. Okay, so that's what we're going to want to do. We're going to want to pull in towards the sun, which I believe would be pointing straight down. Yes, there's our marker. Brilliant. And this is a tiny burn too, so, you know, it's just little tiny little corrections like this that really make all the difference in this game. Make sure that we are lined up with it. Very nice. And let's just go ahead and do that. Just slightly. It doesn't have to be crazy. Okay, there we go. Just manually. Just getting this thing right down. Let's see how far down we can get it. Keep on going. Oh, it's starting to come back up again. Okay, good. Still hitting it straight on, that's good. Alright, let's try pushing forward and backwards. There's a lot of different things we can try. So far I'm 2 for 2 with guessing correctly. Let's see what happens if we push forward. Let's see, we're at 3.4. Ooh, pushing forward helps. It does help a little bit. 3.0. Ooh, now it says 10. Okay. So, maybe it doesn't help at all, actually. Nope. It looked like it did for a second. I don't think it really does, though. I want to make sure we're getting this thing on the blue one. Let's try to push backwards a little bit. I want to bring this thing from 3.4 down, hopefully down to as close to 0 as possible. Ooh, it goes to 12 then, doesn't it? Yeah, that's no good. Let's just wait. Let's zoom up on it a little bit. Wait it out. Get a little further. Oh, look at all these asteroids. Poor Kerbin is just constantly being assaulted. I mean, that is pretty accurate, though. I mean, asteroids are constantly screwing with Earth, too. Nothing huge, obviously, but little tiny fragments and whatnot are always kind of making close passes. Okay. Let's see what we can do now. Let's see. Still looks like we're hitting it straight on the plane, so you don't really have to worry about that too much. I want to try speeding up again. That seemed like it sort of helped. For like a second, it helped. 4.6, maybe not. Yep. Alright, let's try pushing. I know this doesn't make any sense, but let's just try it. We'll go this way. 3.7, yeah, it doesn't really help us much, does it? No, it doesn't. Okay. We'll try back this way. Maybe we can make some better corrections this way. 11. So that's not really helping. I might just try up and down again. That seemed to maybe work a little bit. 5 it goes to 25. I don't know, guys. This might be... there's gotta be a way to get it closer. There's gotta be a way. Well, I'll be honest with you, I tried a bunch of things. I tried up and down and left and right and forwards and backwards. This is the damned closest I could get it. 3.4. So you know what? That's it. That's what we're gonna go with. And that's fine. You know, it's tough to get these things right down. The sending node says we're 0.1 off, but that's so close to 0 that, and I mean, look, we're right on the line there. In fact, we can probably see Duna at this point. Duna is out there somewhere. Oh, there it is, right there. There it is. How cool. Alright, we were just about at the mark of no return here. Coming up on it very closely. We're getting there. And captured. And that's not bad. No, we're still a little bit underneath it, but that's not a bad little encounter right there. It's not bad. Alright, so all we have to do, I just kind of want to make sure that this comes up a little bit. I don't like how it's kind of, see how it's kind of twisted like that? I do want to just attempt to correct to make sure that this is indeed north. well, as north as possible, right? Let's see. It looks like it's out of whack, but that's what we want. Basically, we want it straight up and down. 64 meters per second. And we can do that right over here. It'll actually cost us less fuel. Just kind of want to correct this orbit so that it is close to the equator. Just makes things a little easier for us. And because we're farther back, it won't require quite that much fuel, as it's saying. It's just... that's pretty close, and the next thing I want to do is just bring this in. Oh, look at that. It's giving us our Ike encounter now. No, I don't want to do that. I definitely don't want to do that, and the reason is we're going way too fast right now to even think about doing any kind of capture maneuver. So the next step is we're going to bring... oh, look. I can't see it. There's definitely some cloud... oh, look at that! There's some cloud activity going on here. I can't wait to get there. Oh, so cool. Alright, so I'm gonna shut up now. We are gonna just basically move this in very, very close to the planet's surface now. And I just want to make sure that everything is nice and even. That works. I'm gonna get this down to about 11. You can just eyeball it as where orbital information will come in handy. So, again, we're just kind of literally going to burn straight in towards the planet. See, we're turning ourselves this way-ish. Maneuver node's over there. Pushing ourselves in to the left that way. Come on. Oh, we're almost there. Here we go. Here we go. It's going to take 100 meters per second, but I think we'll be alright. So here we go. We can watch the orbit here. Man, that looks cool. Screenshot action right there. Periaps's height, we're just trying to get this right down. I want to go past our Ike encounter. Bring that thing right down into the planet's atmosphere. Alright, that's where it gets a little dicey. We'll just do the rest with the RCS. Ooh, not that far. We want about 11. 11.5. That should do it. Okay? So... oh boy, I don't know. Alright. We're gonna try it. Again, this might take a couple tries. If you watched my lathe/joule video series, it took me like 4 tries to correctly aerobrake. But hopefully this doesn't take that many times. Now the reason we're doing this is because we're coming in so fast. I don't like, alright, let's do a test. If I were not to aerobrake, how much fuel would I need to spend? Way too much. Okay, we could just do that burn without even having to burn. We'll let drag do it for us. Okay, so we're coming inside the atmosphere to let drag help us close the orbit. Well, let's get a little closer. Ooh, you know what we could do? I just realized. Let's do our crew report. The planet is very red and appears to have deep brown furrows across the surface. There does appear to be some kind of ice at the poles. Excellent. Transmit. And we'll collect a goo from high Duna orbit. Goo feels right at home for 70 science. Bada boom. Great. And we should do an EVA. I'll get Bill out of the craft. EVA while in space high over Duna. We've recorded our observations. How nice. Alright. Now let's get in closer. Oh man, this is exciting. Doing a nice nice flyby of Ike right there. In fact, that's another awesome screenshot right there. That might be the thumbnail for the video. That might be the one. Oh, look at that. Look how cool. Just little wispy clouds. I'd imagine Mars probably does look something similar to that. Just tiny, thin little wispy clouds. Thin little dust clouds. How cool. How cool is this? Alright. I want to make sure we do a low orbit, a low Duna orbit science also. That's why I brought all these goo containers. Low Duna orbit. That's gotta be under 100, right? Let's try this. Crew report space near Duna. Yep. Planet's very red. Yep, we saw that. Transmit that data. Oh, you know what, too? Let's put these panels away. I'm not sure why the 1 key isn't working. Oh, it was the 2 key that wasn't working. Oh god, okay, EVA. EVA. Get that data. Let's take one of these these goo things. Come on, come on, come on. Thank you. Sometimes it doesn't want to do it. Near Duna, goo 70 science. Excellent. Let's hit the 1 key, right? That's okay, there we go. Yeah, that's something you don't want to forget, is to put your panels away when you're going to go inside an atmosphere, much like we're doing right now. It's going to be a little low, in fact. Ooh. I swear that didn't look so off before, did it? I don't know, who knows? It's too late to fix it now. We're coming in fast and hot. Well, not quite hot yet, but we're definitely coming in. So we'll turn this thing. Doesn't really matter a whole lot. We'll just turn it. Yep, this is the exciting part, folks. It's the question of, did we come deep enough into the atmosphere? Or are we too deep in the atmosphere, and will we crash? Oh yeah, we are really in there now. We are getting in there now. This is always the exciting part. We're just skimming the surface, basically. Now we're starting to slow down. Once this gets out of the negative, we'll be okay. Hopefully. Wow, we are almost at the cloud level. Let's see, surface information. We're only 8,000 meters above the surface. I hope we don't hit any mountains. Okay, so this is going to start to bend. Yep. We are just at the cloud level. barely, just above it. We're watching our thing here. Our speed, we're still going down. Wow. Bending around, it's about to... Wow, we're at the clouds. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. We're a mere 6,000 meters above the ground. Ooh. So, okay. We have now... It's coming in. It's coming in. We don't want that, like, encounter. Hopefully this doesn't fall too much. I hope we're on the way out. Yes, we're on the way out already. This should just continue to come in, but hopefully not too much. I want it to stay right around here. But it looks like it's coming in fast and hard. That's what she said. So we're well above the clouds now. Come on, get out of that soup. Get out of there. Get out of that atmosphere. Well, we're only 12 kilometers up, and we're already at the upper atmosphere. So Duna's atmosphere is very, very thin and very, very low to the planet, because Duna is much smaller than Kerbin, and the atmosphere then is there much thinner. I don't know. I don't know, guys. We might have gone too far. Yep. We did. Let's see if I can push us out of this. Yeah, I can push us out a little bit. So all's not lost. We just give ourselves a little boost. Not too much. Just keep that apoapsis out. We can always fix the parry. I want to keep it above 50, I'm sure. Let's see. Yeah, I think we'll be alright. Just a little quick burn saved our ass. Not bad. In fact, I can probably... Let's see, I can throw a maneuver in this way. Maybe. No. No, I'm just gonna leave it. When we get out to here, though, I'm gonna throw in a maneuver, definitely. Yeah, I think we'll be just fine. I think we'll be just fine. So we probably could have... we were at about 11... Oh, look at that. Ike's right there. How cool. We were at about 11.6 into the atmosphere. We probably could have done with 12 kilometers instead of 11.6. Probably would have been perfect, but hey, it ain't a perfect world, right? So just make this a circle at 60. And that should do us. That will keep... Ooh, I keep forgetting we're at ×4 acceleration. I was like, man, this thing's moving fast now. Yeah, idiot. Okay. There's Ike about to set over the horizon. Okay. Burn is in 7 minutes. Technically still in the atmosphere, that's why it's not letting me do regular time warp yet. 40, I forget what it is. Duna's atmosphere is what? 42, 45 maybe, something like that. Here we are, 42. We are officially out of the atmosphere. That is good. It's a good feeling. So we're stuck at this acceleration. That's why I want it to be at 60. 60 is a good height to be above Duna, because then you could do ×50 warp. That's actually that's not a bad orbit. You know, it's a little off kilter, but it doesn't have to be perfect, honestly. Well, Maybe because we're going to Ike. We can always correct that later. 11-second burn. We'll get ready to do it very soon. In fact, let's do it now. There we are. There. 62. All you have to do is go around to the other side and make sure that's also close to 60. But that's going to take a while because we can't warp much faster than this, so I'll do a little cut here. And here we are approaching the apoapsis. Just going to circularize the orbit. Won't barely take any time at all. Watching over here just to get it to 62. Close enough. So that is how you do that, folks. We are now in a stable, basically 60 by 60 orbit around the red planet of Duna, with those oh so pretty little wispy clouds, those thin little clouds, which next episode we will put a crewman back inside, probably Jeb. Actually, we can fit 2 crewmen in this one, so we'll put probably 2 Kerbals in there just so they don't get lonely. And we will descend onto the surface of the red planet. So until then, see you next time.